not going to sing the alma mater. Please be seated. Okay, guys, y'all need to relax a little bit. Okay, everybody looks way too tense. So before we jump into this, we're going to go ahead and get a little bit of relaxation in here. Parents, guests, staff members, and Navarro community, welcome to the graduation of the class of 2020. I want to thank each and every one of you for sharing this time with these students tonight. This certainly is a time like none we have known. But rather than letting the last 3 months define us here tonight, we all need to remember that today is a celebration of the last 12 or 13 years of these young people's education. You will hear several students take this opportunity tonight to thank many of the people in this stadium for helping them to reach this milestone in their lives. Personally, I want to take the opportunity to thank these students for their tremendous contribution to Navarro High School and to making Navarro High School the type of school people want to send their children to. I typically stand here and talk to students about various contributions of their class, but this year is unique, to say the least. Change, adversity, hardship, sacrifice, all of these require us to self-assess, to identify what we truly believe, and to choose a path forward. Frankly, some of you probably didn't experience any of these difficulties this spring, but some of you have experienced them all. This is what those 12 years or so have been preparing you for. We just don't ever know when one of these difficulties will hit. If this is as bad as it gets for you, then consider yourself blessed. Your education at home and in school is ultimately about preparing you for what comes in life. Will you handle it, or will you let it define you? In the resume of your life, I hope that someone will find that you have truly squeezed the best out of a challenging situation. By the way, in the midst of all that resume development stuff, you have probably established the all-time grand champion record for a senior skip day. As you go on to college and careers, you will experience many new traditions in your lives, and this evening, you will remember many events and traditions from your time at Navarro. But none are greater than your contributions to the excellence you leave behind. On behalf of the entire Navarro community, I thank you for the mark you've left on your high school, and I congratulate all of you for a job very well done. Thank you. Before I step away from the mic, I need to share a few items for the evening. First, I want to thank everyone for getting here and working with all of the people trying to make this event happen for these seniors tonight. I need to let you know that normally we have a graduation practice. Well, that didn't happen today. The TEA didn't allow us to do that, so a lot of this is a little bit off the cuff for many of us tonight. We will need to likely give some direction as we work our way through the ceremony, so please bear with us and with the students this evening. You also have noticed by this point there have been a whole lot of restrictions placed on us for this event regarding social distancing and grouping. As I said, I thank you. There are certainly a number and a wide range of comfort levels in the stadium. Let's try to respect everyone in that thought and work with all of those people that are trying to manage it this evening. Thank y'all for your cooperation. At this time, I want to introduce the Navarro High School Band, who will play the national anthem, Matthew Gilliam, who will lead the pledge, and Kelly Helms to share the opening remarks. Y'all will come forward, please. And as we said, we're going to give some directions this evening, so when they get up here, if I can get everyone to stand, and we will begin with the national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for the Texas pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, indivisible.
If you will all bow your heads. Dear Lord, thank you for gathering us here to celebrate the class of 2020. We ask that you are here with us as well as our families and friends that are not. We ask that you continue to guide us and bless us with knowledge, patience, love, gratitude, and experience. We pray for protection and security as we move on and grow in your image. We thank you for all the success we have gone through and pray for more to come. In your name we pray, amen.
At this time, I would like to introduce Senior Class President, Mr. Ethan Thomas, to welcome our guests. Please be seated. The cuff, remember?
All right, is this thing working? All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ethan Thomas, the president of your Navarro 2020 senior class. And I'd like to take a moment to thank you all for being here today as we celebrate the accomplishments of my fellow seniors. And first, I would just like to say how blessed I feel to be here under given circumstances. And before I move on, I would like to give a quick thank you of my own to some school faculty who have helped me along the way. I want to start with Coach Rod Blunt, Coach Jeff Harvey, Mr. Patrick Todd, Mrs. Kathy Seals, Mrs. Michelle Hanson, Mrs. Susan Korn, and Mr. Timothy Mathman. Now, before I ramble on too long, I'm honored to introduce our guest here tonight. We have Superintendent Mrs. Wendy Russell, Deputy Superintendent Mr. Luke Morales, School Board President Dr. Greg Gilcrease, School Board Vice President Mr. Rick Martin, School Board Secretary Mrs. Renee Rayfield, School Board Assistant Secretary Mrs. Donna Gillum, School Board Trustees Mr. Tracy Large and Mr. Clint Sheeb, Chief Instructional Officer Mrs. Lacey Gosh, our Principal Mr. Gary Hass, our Assistant Principal Mr. John Pugh, our Academic Dean Mr. John Gary, our counselors Mrs. Robin Steffen and Mrs. Kelly Gates, our senior class sponsors Mrs. Susan Korn, Mrs. Michelle Blunt, and Mr. Troy Watson. And now, without any further ado, our salutatorian, Kelly Helms.
My name is Kelly Helms, and I am the Navarro class of 2020 Salutatorian. I would like to thank everyone who is in attendance here and online as we make this step into our future. You have all helped us get to where we are today, and for that, we are so grateful. So now back to us. Our classes lived through history, but I did not need to tell y'all that. We were born in the crazy times during and after 9/11. We have seen the development of the internet. We have seen natural disasters and economic prosperity. Now, we are graduating during a global pandemic. We are a truly unique class. But none of it is special to us. To us, it is what it is. It's our normal. We've never been through any other situation to tell us otherwise. And that is what makes the class of 2020 so special. We are always having to roll with the punches and adapt to new situations. We are resilient, we are resourceful, and we are unstoppable. Muhammad Ali once said, "Live every day as if it were your last, because someday you're going to be right." This quote has never applied more to my life than it has this year. When I walked out of the doors of the Navarro High School when I went to spring break, I was just happy to have a week off. Little did I know that that would be the last time I would walk the halls. The last time I would sit around and joke with my friends at lunch. The last time I would sit in tutorials and laugh with my friends again. The last time that I would hear Miss Springs' turtle knock around on the cage as we were taking a test. The last time I would tell the freshmen to get out of the middle of the hall because, in case you haven't noticed, I'm trying to walk here. I'm trying to walk here. Just get out of the way. The last time that I would be in high school and do all the stereotypical things. I thought this year was going to be my year. The best year of high school and the year that everything would be what we dreamt of. The year that all the sports went to state. The year that I made more friends that would grow to be my favorite people. The year that I went to prom with my boyfriend. The year that my friends and I graduated and made endless, unforgettable memories. But instead, this is the year that we learned what a Zoom meeting was. The year we binged Netflix instead of going on our senior field trip. Instead, we did drive-bys to see each other. We had to text or call to talk to one another instead of meeting up in third person or between classes. If I would have known what the future held, I would have told Mr. Mappin goodbye, told Miss Springs thank you, and taken pictures with my friends. But I didn't. I wished that would have happened what happened to be my last day so I could just have a spring break. If I would have lived every day as if it were my last, I would have done the things that I still wish I could do. Now I have to hope that this graduation speech is enough to thank everybody. Thank everybody for everything that they've contributed to my life, to my education, and to everything. So one thing I've learned from these crazy, chaotic times is to live every day with no regrets, because no matter what you plan for, nothing goes to plan. Another thing that I've learned during this quarantine is that the resilience that our community has. We can survive everything. When the quarantine was announced, our community members quickly began to think of ways to help us cope with the loss of our senior year. So with the help of a handful of motivated and driven individuals, we were able to do our best to recreate senior traditions and even start our own. We pulled together a senior walk, drive-by with all of our faculty and staff. We had a final bell on the last day of school to see each other one more time. We had a formal last week so we could replicate prom. And we were able to do all of these things in an unorthodox manner. Was it necessarily the same? Probably not. But was it special to us? Of course. It was special because we didn't get to experience the lost memories otherwise, and so we wouldn't expect anything else. We experienced these with our family and friends, and it wouldn't have been the same any other way. We were able to live every day as if it was our last, because these days were the last thing that we actually had of high school. We experienced the unstoppable nature of our small town and community, and were able to replicate the memories we lost out on. So, as we move on to great things, we will be ready to live our lives to the fullest every day. We will remember what was almost taken from us and motivate ourselves to leave nothing unsaid. We will follow in the words of Muhammad Ali because we do not want to experience the great unknowns that we will have gone through in the last 4 months. So thank you, Navarro, thank you to our community, and thank you to my fellow graduates for making this a year to remember. Thank you for all the highs and lows, the ups and downs, the laughs and the tears. It has made me who I am, and it's taught me so much.
And now for our valedictorian's address for the class of 2020. We have Ms. Lindsay Thormalin.
Good evening, everyone. Look around you. Your friends, teachers, and family surround you, even if we're all distanced from one another. This year has been a doozy, to say the least, but hey, we all made it. None of us will ever forget how special our senior year was, in more ways than one. Everyone remembers their senior year as being special, but ours was not only special, it was unique. 50 years from now, when we have our own grandchildren, we'll be telling them about the year 2020 and how the coronavirus forever changed our lives. We might even laugh and joke about it then, but for now, we still have a ways to go. I don't know about y'all, but this virus has made me appreciate all of the moments we have had together. Today is a special day for all of us, one where we are celebrating our accomplishments and realizing that we have overcome our failures. For me, today has an even greater meaning, and not because I'm the one standing up here giving a speech. Today would have been my grandfather's 87th birthday. I'm sure if he were still here, he'd be sitting at home with the TV all hooked up so he could see this. He would probably be cheering me on, just as he always did, and cheering on everybody else too. He might have had something to say about how long graduation lasts now compared to back in his day, but at any rate, his eyes would be glued to that TV. I know he's watching me. This is a moment that I will forever cherish. He always told me to do my best, and now his advice has paid off. If you would have asked me at any time before I was in high school if I thought I would be standing here today addressing y'all, I would have called you crazy for even asking. Some of you may have predicted this, but those of you who have known me since childhood would probably have never guessed it in a million years. I guess what I'm trying to say is that at some point, I reached the realization that if I worked really hard, I might reach the stars, or at least get close. That realization I had was a turning point for me, and it made me work 1,000 times harder, study twice as long, and listen even better in class. If you haven't noticed by now, everything I have talked about has one common denominator: They're all moments in time that mean something. You can never go back in life. You can only move forward, but you will always have the memories of the past, whether you want to have them or not. This is why it's best to look at the positive side of things instead of looking at the negatives, because when you look at the positives, suddenly some of those old memories that you maybe want to forget become a little more bearable. Our class has made so many memories together over the years, and each and every one of us most likely remembers those memories a little bit differently. That's okay. It's the memories themselves that mean the most, not necessarily every single little detail. From going to the Children's Museum as young kids to going to Schlitterbahn in junior high and every trip in between, we all hold certain moments and memory of those trips close to us. Now I know that not everybody sitting in front of me has gone to Navarro their entire educational career. Some of y'all have moved in at different times in your life, but even so, those of you who moved in here later on still have memories of Navarro that you will never forget. I know for those of us who played volleyball in junior high, we will never forget singing Sweet Caroline in the locker room, or should I say screaming Sweet Caroline in the locker room before every single game. For those of us in ag, we all know Mr. Warndell's favorite singer, Roger Krager, and maybe a few memories to go along with that. And who can forget all the ag trips, band trips, and sports trips? Because if I'm being honest, I don't know how any of us could actually ever forget them. What about Miss Weller's infamous saying, mouth? Those of you in ag classes know exactly what I'm talking about. For band members, and yes, I can say this because I used to be one, you'll never forget the sound of the metronome ticking during practice. I think I still hear that sometimes at night. Whatever the memories are, whoever they involve, and whenever they happen, I guarantee you they will live with you forever. I cannot begin to tell y'all the stories I have heard from my parents' high school days at Navarro. I know for a fact that they look back and smile because Navarro is a family, and that family never goes away, even if we may bicker at times. Our alma mater sums up what I'm trying to say perfectly. We pledge our loyalty and our love. We pledge it strong and bold. Navarro is a part of us, the purple and the gold. The memories that we hold so dear, though far, will keep us near, so join your voices in a song, to Navarro High we belong. Not only does this unite us all, it serves as a reminder that as long as we have our memories, no matter the distance between us, we will always be close at heart. I know all of us will be heading off to our next adventures very soon, but like it or not, Navarro will always stick with us, and all of us will always stick to Navarro, even if only in a small way. One day, when we're telling our kids and grandkids of the good old days, we'll tell them of the memories that we have, just as we will one day look back on our senior year and smile at the entirety of it. We'll also one day look back at all of our memories and smile, because good or bad, they probably have a funny characteristic that can be laughed at, a mistake that can be learned from, and overall, they involve us, and that is what makes it our memories. Who knows? Maybe one day we will be here again, but not for ourselves, but for our own kids, grandkids, or family members who will be following in our footsteps and looking back just as we are today. While today may not be exactly as we pictured it, today is our own, and no other class can say that they graduated in the same way we did. This is what makes today unique, and what makes each and every one of our memory-filled stories unique. We can only move forward from here, but our past we will remember, and like it or not, hold dear to our hearts. Remember to find the good in things and to look ahead, but think of the past, all while enjoying your bright future. We have reached the light at the end of the tunnel for high school, and now there's another light at the end of a different tunnel for all of us. Chase that light and reach it. Then chase the next light that comes into your life. Because at the end of the day, we cannot even dwell in the present. We can only move forward. But our memories will always follow us and allow us to reminisce on those days when it seemed as though time just stood still.
At this time, I'd like to introduce our new superintendent of schools at Navarro ISD to begin the presentation of the class of 2020, Mrs. Wendy Russell.
Dr. Gilcrease, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, parents, and guests, it is my honor and privilege at this time to certify to you that these members of the class of 2020 have met all the requirements for graduation as established by the state of Texas and by the Navarro Independent School District. Dr. Gilcrease, please proceed with the presentation of diplomas.
Hi guys, you ready? Yeah, we've been waiting for this. Just a quick announcement, because we were unable to have our senior awards banquet as we usually do, I am going to read the awards and scholarships that the students have received as they come across the stage. So some of them are long, some of them are short, but they are all important, and we wanted you to know what our students have achieved. You want them all to stand up? Okay, first row, would you stand up, please? Yeah, here we go, instruction time. So first row stand, then you guys are gonna walk up, maintain social distance. You're so good at that. Okay. Lindsay Nicole Thormelin, valedictorian, State of Texas Honor Graduate, graduating summa cum laude, National Honor Society, National Technical Honor Society, Geronimo Lions Club Scholarship, Friends of Flint Scholarship, Pedernales Electric Cooperative Scholarship, Guadalupe County, Texas A&M Mothers Club Scholarship, American Legion Scholarship, Texas A&M Merit Scholarship, Jacob Riley Springs Scholarship, Memorial Scholarship. Let me try that again. Jacob Riley Springs Memorial Scholarship. I am sorry. Guadalupe County Youth Show Scholarship, Texas Society of Professional Engineers Scholarship, Ann and Bethany Bertling and Tristan Gonzalez Foundation Scholarship, Buck Fever Scholarship, the Irwin Lee Memorial Scholarship, Panther Posse Scholarship, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Scholarship, FFA Ag Boosters Club Scholarship, and the Courtney Arona Memorial Ag Scholarship. Way to go, kid. Kelly Nicole Helms, Salutatorian, graduating summa cum laude, National Honor Society Officer, Geronimo Lions Club Scholarship, Taylor Hudson Memorial Scholarship, Navarro Athletic Booster Club Scholarship, Panther Posse Scholarship, First United Methodist Church Seguin Scholarship, Sunrise Rotary Club Timmerman Sisters Scholarship. And now for the top 10%. Madeline Joyce Flo, graduating summa cum laude, National Honor Society Officer, Geronimo Lions Club Scholarship, Distinguished Young Women Scholarship, McLennan Athletic Scholarship, and the Panther Posse Scholarship. Logan Joseph Statmuller, graduating summa cum laude. Jacob Herrera Nieto, graduating summa cum laude, National Honor Society, Panther Posse Scholarship. That's a cheesy smile. I like it. Carolyn Jean Birch. We didn't have practice, so I didn't get to catch their names. Graduating summa cum laude, National Honor Society, Panther Posse Scholarship. Brianne Noel Wynn, graduating summa cum laude, National Honor Society Officer, Texas Student Housing Association Scholarship, McQueenie Lions Club Scholarship, Navarro Athletic Booster Club Scholarship, Panther Posse Scholarship. Miles Lee McCord, graduating summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Simon Burdette Coleman, graduating summa cum laude. Anna Florentina Potlan, graduating summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Elizabeth Talon Hughes, graduating summa cum laude, VFW Voice of Democracy Scholarship, Lions Club Diabetes Essay Scholarship, Guadalupe County, Texas A&M Mothers Club Scholarship, Geronimo Lions Club Scholarship, and the CMC Scholarship. Euler Samuel De Leon, graduating summa cum laude, National Honor Society Officer, LULAC Council 682 Scholarship, the Irwin Lee Memorial Scholarship, Panther Posse Scholarship, and Heisman High School Scholarship National Finalist. Kimberly Wynn, graduating summa cum laude. And now the graduates. Justine Rayleigh Adams. There we go. Yes. Sarah Gail Adams. Zachariah Ruben Aguilar. Johnny Joe Alegria. Wait, do it. Alegria? One more time. Johnny Joe Alegria. My apologies. I'm going to have to apologize a lot tonight. I'm sorry, guys. Daniel Levi Anzaldua, National Technical Honor Society, Navarro Athletic Booster Club Scholarship. Carmen Isabel Ariana Cisneros. Kristen Elisette Avias. Brant Austin Bell, graduating magna cum laude. Grant Michael Bishop, graduating summa cum laude, National Technical Honor Society. Matthew Allen Bishop. Brighton Orion Black. Colby Garrett Blades. Janae Emily Burkhart. Julia Opal Burkhart, graduating cum laude. Brett Patrick Butler, graduating summa cum laude, Panther Posse Scholarship. Ashley Renee Campos. Okay. Mariah Sisai Carrillo. Kingsbury Masonic Lodge Scholarship. Anastasia Marie Castilleja. Jamima Casares Vielma. Blanca Nicole Cerna, graduating cum laude. Kendall Leanne Chambers. Leonel Marquez Chavarria. Javier Chavez Martinez, Kingsbury Masonic Lodge Scholarship. Yeah. It's like, ooh. No. Ashton Van Cleve Coker. Emily Danielle de la Cruz, graduating magna cum laude. Caitlin Marie DeBoer. Malachi Delatorre. Trevor Lane Durrett. Conley K. Eben. National Technical Honor Society, Four Rivers Association of Realtors Scholarship, 2020 Texas 4-H Stanley and Geneva Schaefer Scholarship, Texas State Collegiate FFA Scholarship, Hayes County Livestock Show Scholarship, Gunner Timms Memorial Rodeo Scholarship, Buda 4-H Scholarship, Buda VOAG Scholarship, Navarro FFA Booster Scholarship, and the Courtney Arona Memorial Scholarship. Ethan Aaron Ebert. Kylie Aaron Emerson. Daniel Gerard Fannin. Isabel Maureen Fannin, graduating cum laude. Aubrey Michaela Forsagi. Logan J. Fuller. Robert Matthew Gilliam, graduating summa cum laude, Chi Epsilon Omega, chapter of Beta Sigma Pi, Guadalupe County, Texas A&M Mothers Club Scholarship, Geronimo Lions Club Scholarship, Navarro Athletic Booster Club Scholarship, Panther Posse Scholarship, and Sunrise Rotary Club Eugene Dietert Interact Scholarship. Zachary Andrew Goldman, graduating magna cum laude. John Michael Graupner. Emmett Grimm, graduating cum laude, and he is being presented a United States flag for his intended service with the United States Air Force. Sadie Grimm. Aubrey Page Gabara. Bianca Belen Guerra. Cooper John Getzky, graduating cum laude, Chi Epsilon Omega, chapter of Beta Sigma Pi, Geronimo Lions Club Scholarship, Navarro Athletic Booster Club Scholarship, and the Panther Posse Scholarship. Lillian Elizabeth Haltom, graduating summa cum laude, National Honor Society Officer, McQueenie Lions Club Scholarship, Edmund Kemple Public Service Scholarship, Texas State University Distinguished Scholarship, TSTG Grant, Texas State University, Distinguished Young Women Program Talent Award, Distinguished Young Women Program Spirit Award. Grant Kyle Hambrick, graduating summa cum laude. Alexandria Lee Harless, graduating magna cum laude, National Honor Society Officer, and Panther Posse Scholarship. Zachary Austin Hasty. You did it, Zach. You did it. Michaela Jo Hawes, graduating summa cum laude, National Honor Society, Taylor Hudson Memorial Scholarship, Renee Burlon Memorial Scholarship, Kiwanis Club Scholarship, Navarro Athletic Booster Club Scholarship, and Panther Posse Scholarship. Grayson Allen Hayes. Abigail Malin Hink, graduating magna cum laude, Navarro Band Booster Scholarship. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pause for a second here while we reset because we are going to start with the next side of the graduates. This is the moving parts portion of the program. Front row, it's your turn. Look at Mr. Gary. Who's at that table? No, who's at that table? Oh, Jessica? Yeah. Okay. Are we ready? All right, here we go. Ethan Robert Hernandez. Joshua David Hernandez. Cade Joseph Howard. Troy Garvin Howard. Benjamin William Johnson, graduating cum laude, Seguin Sunrise Rotary Club Scholarship. Ambergis K. King, graduating cum laude, National Technical Honor Society, Texas Tech University Presidential Merit Scholarship, and Calpine Scholarship. Dakota Zane Leopold. Joshua Reed Linton. Luke Russell Linton. Riley Braden Lipton. Kaylee Daniela Loera, graduating magna cum laude, Navarro Band Booster Club Scholarship. Elijah Bentley Lopez. Josue Ricardo Lopez. Josue is being presented a United States flag for his intended service in the United States Air Force. Catherine Taya Machado, graduating cum laude. Ty Joseph Machado. Cameron Mackenzie Marshall. Lydia Crash Marthaljani. Blake Colton Martin. Noah Christopher McWhorter. Gabriel Micah Means. Ariana Jaylyn Menchaca is receiving the Bartoskowitz Family Foundation Scholarship. Josiah Zachary Maleko. David Renee Moreno. Alana Faith Nolte. Ian Arthur Oakley. Aaliyah Danielle Ortiz. Bryce Rivers Parrish, receiving the Panther Posse Scholarship. Bailey Michelle Parrott, graduating magna cum laude, National Honor Society, and receiving the Panther Posse Scholarship. Davin Shares Patel, graduating summa cum laude, and is a National Honor Society officer. Ariana Danae Bettis. Bryce Michael Perryman, graduating summa cum laude and National Honor Society. Kevin Scott Pfluger. Kevin is being presented with the United States flag for his intended service in the United States Air Force. Mackenzie Ivory Poole. Kyra Catherine Prukup, National Technical Honor Society. Cade Mohammed Kassoum. Jenna Ramon Ramirez. David Alexander Reyna. Lauren Reve Robledo, graduating cum laude and National Honor Society. Jalen Rochelle Rodriguez. Cameron DeLynn Royal. Brian Samuel Salas. Jonah Angel Saldana, receiving the Seguin Sunrise Rotary Scholarship. Alia Monique Shabir, graduating magna cum laude, National Honor Society, and receiving the Kingsbury Masonic Lodge Scholarship. Ralph Jackson Schonefeld, graduating summa cum laude, National Honor Society, McQueenie Lions Club Scholarship, GVEC Scholarship, Geronimo Lions Club Scholarship, CMC Scholarship, Seguin Rotary Club Scholarship, and the Order of the Eastern Star Scholarship. Sierra Elise Simmons, graduating summa cum laude. Derek Anthony Slatter, graduating magna cum laude, National Technical Honor Society, receiving the Taylor Hudson Memorial Scholarship and the Courtney Arona Memorial Scholarship. Samantha Page Smith. Paul Lewis Stanley. Bryce Wayne Stoffel, graduating magna cum laude, receiving the Texas State Distinguished Scholarship, Star Scholars Excellence Scholarship, DRT Sarah E. Jennings Scholarship, Moon McKeehee Chapter Scholarship. Bryn Elizabeth Strauss. Alexa Sumali.
Alexander Rach Toddy, graduating cum laude. Ethan David Thomas, graduating magna cum laude, National Honor Society, receiving the Bluebonnet Electric Cooperative Scholarship and the Panther Posse Scholarship. Melanie Faith Thomas. Josie Marie Tristan. Haley Barbara Virial. Jesus Virial Vielma. Aiden Michael Havika Vines, receiving the Texas Lutheran University Heritage Scholarship and the Texas Lutheran University Jones Audition Scholarship. Bye. Molly Ann Verana. Christopher Eric Williams, graduating cum laude. Mark Blake Ibarra. Robert Chance Young. Yesenia Estefania Zoll.
Let's give all these graduates another round of congratulations. At this time, I would like to have Mr. David Patel to give the closing remarks.
To the class of 2020, as we embark on a new journey with many highs and many lows, we will always remember the laughs and the struggles we shared. Though we may not have ended our senior year the way we envisioned, we stayed strong and persevered through the tough battle these last 3 months have been. All the long school days and countless hours of studying have finally paid off. We are now graduating seniors onto a lifetime of euphoria. Now, I know many of our guests are about to fall out of their seats and pass out, like me, every single day of senior year. Sorry, Miss Korn. So, farewell to my fellow classmates, and thank you to the great school in Navarro High. Do not cry because it is over. Smile because it happened.
All right, my children, this is it. Will you please stand? Put your stuff in your chair. Take that last selfie. All right. Graduates of the class of 2020, you may now move your tassel from the right side to the left side of your cap. And seniors, if you will form a circle, the band will play the school song one last time in your honor. Move, 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 move. Go, 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 go. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Go down there around the 50, around the Panther. Run, 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 run. Make sure you can see. Are you ready?
Turned out great.
Graduates, I need to remind y'all, that gate at the north end where y'all came in, you'll be able to exit to get to your families. Okay, you don't, no hurry, but that's the way you'll get out, please.